Hi, everybody. Tired of the technical things? Ready to talk about the real thing, get into the mass market. So, and RISC-V produce a lot of things, but not really consume. And now I'm trying to get you guys to consume. Otherwise, no point stay here, right? So, and then you can see the whole ComputeX is all about AI. Literally, it's NVIDIA show, upstream, downstream, supplier, and customers, ODM. So you will see RISC-V is pretty weak in that way. So we probably the only guy should get actually the application processor all the way to the mass market. I'm the only one guy. No Lenovo, no HP, no Dell, no Azure, no Acer, no. Okay, and I'm lucky enough to get enough support from the Intel's ODM for the tier 3, tier 2 to support me to make the laptop. So today we'll talk about some AI. So myself is Liang. I founded DeepComputing during the COVID. So and it always says that it's not CTO's fault. Mark Hume always say, "Oh, T-Head's coming up with test chip. What to do with it?" Okay, so that started me making a software guy, making a laptop when I was in COVID in Shenzhen. So and now I set up the goal is that we need to get things into mass market. So we are the pioneer, consumer electronics. So and I make a tab and speaker. I make most of them. I know all the problems. If you got an SoC, you want to get to the mass market before you design an SoC, you come and talk to me. I will tell you all the problems. Don't stay in the kitchen and cooking stuff. And actually, I can't even use or very difficult to use. And then I make the modern personal computing device, basically AI PC. So it's the first ROMA we sold it in $5,000. So but I still lost a lot of money. So. And yeah, it's stressed enough, very stressed. RISC-V is, I'm 50 now, so in the past 40 years, over 50 years, I think RISC-V is the hardest thing everybody do, man. I earn all my money from the software and lose them all in the hardware. Okay, so I decided to invest some fun thing. I invest some toys company and runs RISC-V. So next time everyone want a souvenir or whatever sponsor and talk to me. I will donate all this. So we talk about AI and then DeepSeek and ChatGPT is head-to-head, one open source, one closed source. I would say that I stay on the open side as a humanity personality. If we don't open, we can't compromise, we can't talk, and the only thing we do is fight and war and war and war again, right? So, and now where we are now, I'm sure that now we get into the local device with 50 TOPS AI now on the 12 nanometer. It's not too bad. It's hot, but it's not too bad. We can do a lot of inferencing and training as well, very small model, okay. So, and in the local device, we literally can run, for example, on our laptop, and this version, 7B, we can run really around 15 tokens per second. So a lot of things for my kids to understand all the mathematics and all these things, you can do a lot of things now. And also, when you connect to the network, go with Olama's CPP, you can do a front full back of multiple machine. You can run full back of DeepSeek. So it's good fun. Play around it with a local device, and you know all the problem, especially in the RISC-V community. And then you can feedback to Roger saying, come on, do better AI IP. And go to Vivo's, come on, man, do better. All right, so, and you have to pay with it. Okay, now ComputeX, now we are, NVIDIA saying that now we don't need to run Windows, we don't need to run Linux, I'm not sure, right? So, but that here we go. So, and I would say that the RISC-V AI is good. You have a matrix extension. You have a lot of customized extension. You can run on the co-processor. Just now and this morning, people saying 28 nanometer can beat 2 nanometer. Feel free to do a co-processor and don't just do IP, right? And use a chiplet to packaging it and talk to 10,000 chiplet. Then you get better thing. There's the flexibility of a RISC-V. And AI PC, I started trying to get the OS running first before we can actually run. It's difficult. And I talked to, when I find it out, none of our SoC can run on the latest kernels. People can't play with it. All running on the legacy kernels. Right? And the first chip I built, a laptop went on 5.5 kernel. Can you believe that? Right? Because the IP guy tied to that kernel, and then the SoC tied to that kernel. But now we're on 70 probably, 7.1 kernel probably last year. So all are old. Then I start talking to coincident, and they are coming to Hong Kong and talk to them, and we have a meal and a drink. I say, Yulian, you guys, the SoC guy in RISC-V is just out of their mind. You know, they wait for the chip out before the upstream kernel. And then upstream kernel process takes probably 9 months because politics, bureaucracy. So, and your chip is completely, the kernel use is completely out of date by the time you reach the mass market. Don't bother do it, okay? When you do an IP, start in the FPGA the load verification, go and upstream your damn kernel. Once the chip out, 9 months, 6 months later, then you have an up-to-date upstream kernel, and people can play with it. And the most important thing is Canonical, Ubuntu, or Red Hat, Fedora, Arch, and all these tokens can put their distribution on it. And everybody can play with it. So Greg is sent me a video, say, Yuning, go and talk to all the RISC-V guys. Gonna watch the video from Greg KH about when you should upstream kernels. Okay, and then after I found out the kernel problem, and next problem, the distribution. Ubuntu, I didn't remember when I did the first laptop, Ubuntu asking, Yuning, you need to give me $1 million. And wait for me 9 months, I give you Ubuntu versions. I say, come on, where I got $1 million? Probably Vivo has, 10 stolen has. I don't, right? So, and I'm lucky enough because Ubuntu is run by Mark. Mark is a historic, very strong-minded, and I just convince him saying that you are an open guy, right? You should support RISC-V. Forget about or forget about Qualcomm. Okay, we do better than you do. So even though our chairman is Qualcomm, okay. But you know, and they really now they charge me nothing. They give me, even now I give them some money per device, and because I want them to help me to sell, right? They say no, I'm not taking money from you. So they're great support, but they only support anything above RVA 23 now. So RVA 20 before RVA 23 is considerably dead. So for example, the chip done before RVA 23, you probably can use a vertical segment, not the general platform. And from 2604, and I assuming if I sorted out the GPU and all the for all the deep computing device, the Ubuntu will build the image for us instead of we building ourselves. So of course, after we got Ubuntu, then we got another hoop, which is Red Hat and Fedora. So yeah, and NASA summit, and then I managed to convince Red Hat and Fedora give some commitment. So they will do RV23 once we get the software, the hardware server in their build, then they should be able to support. They say it's 47 version, depends on the hardware server. So hardware server is very important. The build server is very important. You don't need to build a 100% perfect. Give some server can run builds. So, and your recent announcement with Sci-Fi and Red Hat should be doing RV23 as well very soon, 10 onward. So sorted out the OS. What else, right? Mark just like, oh man, applications. So what AI applications? And yeah, audio, video, and definitely is one of them, right? So, and I think RISE is get a very strong support on the video codec stuff. And the web applications, so we don't even have a browser, We don't even have a browser. Build, default, support, RISC-V. I'm here, and let Google to hear my voice, okay? Again, it's not the first time. I'm going to continue to do it until they support us. So, and then the second thing is the same. All the IDE I think the latest version support RISC-V and especially VS Code, but probably not Eclipse and all those embedded IDE is not. And also, we want to play some games, right? So good luck. We have a monopoly GPU. So and that needs to be sorted out. That's why RISC, and you need to hammer on the imagination, saying that how they support on that. If they don't support, kick them out. Right? So even if they give you money, right? Otherwise, so far the upstreaming, all because GPU. Right? Once the GPU not support open source upstreaming, if you have their IP, you don't even get the display out. So if for any one choice, I would say they choose a discrete GPU. If you have any problem, talk to me, okay? So we will switch all our devices to discrete GPU so that the upstream goes smoothly, so that Ubuntu, Red Hat, Fedora can build their image for mass productions. So, and then the rest of thing is the local AI compute. So we might have some, now AI is everything on the web. So local device might run the web services, and then and there's a lot of API you can build along the browser. So you just like web GPU, TensorFlow.js, and all people can do a lot of invention around the web, and especially in browser. So the challenge of RISC-V I see for myself, right? I talked to all both the SoC guys, and they probably don't know where the market is going. So the head-to-head with a competitor, they're very difficult. No scale economy, and they're too expensive, right? And because no market, I don't know how much power we have. Right? What nanometer we go in? Very surprised me today, this morning, people saying, and we can do 28 nanometer, better than 2 meter. I'm definitely look forward to that kind of crazy ideas that we can leverage on RISC-V. Because 28 nanometer, usually quarter or $500,000, you can do a tape out. So you can prove you can better than 10 tolerance hard work on AI. I'm sure Jim will be over the moon, straight away buy you over. Right? And the second time, the whole RISC-V resource, and it's very bad. It's very limited resources and not enough resources. The whole RISC-V ecosystem, as I say, even beating ARM alone as a company. And the third time is we don't have time. My sale is around 4 years. I produce 3 laptops, never get scale up to just past 1,000 mark, not up to 10,000 mark. And there's a lot of effort. And then Rogers probably the longest. Right? So same, he earned a lot of money from Intel, spend them all. Right? So we run out of time. AI is very hard, from transformer to recent DeepSeek, and people asking for CUDA compatible and PyTorch. And then the whole thing, all the RISC-V ecosystem supporting optimizing. So porting, including the kernels, drivers. So you start with the old IP, and then IP kernels, so all the way SoC you talk. Then if your SoC life is 7 years, you update it, keep porting your kernel, right? And then I think Frank knows the Qilai chips, so painful, right? 6.1 kernel trying to move up to 6.14 is difficult. And then the second thing is the AI toolchain and framework is porting, writing kernel porting, right? Because everything changes, right? Once the kernel distro changes, toolchain changes, all the Go, Rust, and everything come with it. Python all changes. So porting all days. So, and I say is that quickly go over is application, hardware, security. It says deadlock. If we don't break this deadlock, and it's very difficult. And I would say that the let go approach is good for that. Chiplet. I think Tenstorm doesn't go in the right approach. Chiplet CPU, chiplet GPU, chiplet AI, and then people like me, I can afford the packaging and can packaging them all together becomes SoC. Right? Even me can afford the bigger packaging is around $250,000 only. Right? And then the whole IP, SoC, product, and the Go device. So the device side, and PCIe standard, Type-C standard, so use them more, right? Don't use a proprietary bus. And then even the end product, you take a look at our modular laptop. We partner with the world famous startup in Silicon Valley. We can upgrade the motherboard, every 6 months. Buy a laptop, right? Don't ever throw away the cases, throw away the motherboard. You can throw x86 away, you can throw ARM away, change it to RISC-V. How good is that? No more executions not using RISC-V, okay? Otherwise, you never know the problem, you never fix the problem. Okay, so, and that's just modular. So let's take a look, that's the example. That's an example of a chiplet, the first RISC-V chiplet. We have a lot of problems because the bus is not UCIe, not UCIe. Right? And then they do very clever. It support PCIe host and device. I can do a lot of crazy things. AI card like this, and you can do be host, you can be device, and can do a lot of invention around this. And I can even run the internet over the PCIe. There are a lot of inventions. So the biggest for me is that the product goes to retrofit, let go. I can focus to make a motherboard because that's enough for me to do. I don't want to do a whole chassis. I want the chassis like this laptop enough for 10 years. You don't basically enough for one whole generation. So this is a power partnership with Framework. And you can see now they push it to very literally every form factor, 12, 13 inch, 16 inch, and desktop as well. So it's for me, it's good. I only focus on the motherboard. They focus on the channel, focus on the building communities. And the best thing is that the motherboard can fit onto 13 inch, 14 inch, but not for 12. So it's very affordable now. It's only $300 so people can play and know the problem. I suggest RISC-V people should really buy one and know the problem. Otherwise, you on the paper only. And now, that's what we're going to build when whoever give me a very powerful AI chip, you can see, this is their AMD portal, right? So you can connect them all, but about DeepSeek 700B. So I wish we can do it probably this year or last year, and with RISC-V. So that's what I'm planning to do once I get the chip out. So, and the other thing that as the 16-inch, this is really good invention. We have the motherboard for x86. I can have a RISC-V AI extension. So once a 10 torrent give me a chip, I can put it into this board. And then a PCIe board connect to the x86, and people can still do work and do fun on AI, on RISC-V. And that's the price point I will look at it. So, and hopefully we really do something great. And this is my, we need to get the 60 core out build machine, hopefully. Lucky we'll get some portal out. Supposed to be Q1, probably now they shift it because the buggy thing, they probably shift it to Q4. So we see some 64 core portal build machine now. But it's not going to be great server, but enable the distro to build some RISC-V natively. And now this is the 8-core AI PC we've done on here, and come down to our booth to taste it and see how hot is it. I might do a tablet or 4-core with LLM support, a 7B model special for kids. And the rest of the thing is 16 core. Come in. That's all for me. And if you guys want to understand mass market problem, come and talk to me. I know most of things, and we can tell you all the know-how, and don't go around chasing the tail. Thank you.